closing time. Every new beginning comes from some of the beginning's end. Closing time, time for you to go back out into the world. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. Closing time. Turn up all the lights, every boy and girl. Closing time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your liquor or beer. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I know I wanna take me home. I know I wanna take me home. I know I wanna take me home. Closing time. You don't have to stay here, but you can stay here. Closing time. This room won't be open until your sister arrives. So gather up your jacket, head towards the exits. I hope you found a friend. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. Hi, I'm Melissa Mae, and let's get started painting this amazing painting. Alright, so we're going to get started with using the flat brush first. I'm going to get a dip of the white, big scoop of the white. And I'm going to start off with just doing the middle of the canvas, which is the bottom of the sky. Back and forth, back and forth. Next I'm going to go for another big scoop of white and a little corner of the yellow. Very little. And just go back and forth right over that white part. It should make like an off-white, a yellowish off-white. This is still a little bit brighter than I'd like, so I'm going to get another big scoop of the white and go back and forth to make it lighter. Next, we're going to go up into the sky. I'm going to get a big scoop of the white again and a little corner of the blue. And right above that yellow, I'm going to go back and forth. Sometimes I like to do like a infinity sign with the letter 8 to mix the colors. This should be like a light blue. This is too dark, so I'm going to get some more white. Just kind of mix it, and then you can go back and smooth it out. So my white down here is still wet, so I'm going to go down into that color and then back up into the sky, and then down into that color, back up into the sky, down into that color, back up into the sky. if it's looking green right here where you mix the really light yellow and the blue, that's because you have too much yellow. Go ahead and, like, if you could wipe that off, wipe it off, and then just get some more white, dip it in the yellow. Next, we're going to move down into the water. Let's move this over. So I'm going to start off, I'm just going to get a big scoop of the blue. And right under this white part, so my blue's got white on it, that's okay. This is the top of the water. This line doesn't have to be, like, completely straight, but it's somewhat straight. Go about halfway in between for the water area. Then next I'm going to get another big scoop of the blue and a little bit of the black, like a safety pin, like a pin top of the black. See, a little bit of black goes a very long way. Need a little bit more. It's supposed to be like a darker blue at the bottom, like a navy blue. You mix the black with it. If it looks straight up black, maybe get some more blue on top. It's okay, we're going to be adding all these strokes of color on top of this. We're just laying down the backing. See it? I don't know how to get rid of that glare. It's cool. Alright. She's looking sweet. Next, we're going to move back up into, we're going to do the clouds. So we're going to be alternating from the sky to reflections on the water, back, and then we're going to do each color that way. So next, we're going to make a purple, and the way we do that is either you have purple, or I'm going to kind of swirl around the blue and the red. Now there's several different purples. One of the purples has more red in it. As you can see, it looks like almost looks black. But if you swirl in the white, you can see it's purple. And this particular purple has more blue in it. It's a bluer purple. So I'm going to start off with this. With this purple. And I have a lot of paint on my brush, so I'm going to kind of wipe some of it off. So with the clouds, they're just blobs of paint, basically. So I'm going to start off, there's like a bunch of clouds over here. So you just kind of, I mean, if your painting doesn't look like this painting, that's fine. I'm sure it's going to look like clouds. There's all kinds of different clouds. So there's some dark clouds here, and then in the middle, I'm going to do like, as you can see, my sky is still wet. That's cool because clouds aren't solid. They're water, droplets of water. And then, let's see, over here, let's do some over here. Another one here. And then down towards the water. As you can see, I'm roughly just kind of Dab, dab here, dab, dab there. It's like a happy cloud here. It's good that my background is still wet, because I was going to go and like mix this color with white to do these back clouds, but my background is wet, so it's kind of doing the job for me instead of me having to mix it. So that's the clouds. So down on the water, I'm going to kind of mimic this color on the edges, like here. So the key for the water reflections is for your lines to be vertical. You don't want the lines to be diagonal. And some are long, some of the lines are longer, some of them are shorter. That warmer purple I was talking about. I still want the cool purple. More blue in it. Alright, so for this bottom, this area right here, I'm going to have like a light reflection. So I'm going to use that color, and I'm going to mix a lot of white with it. And just right here, this area, it's mixing with my blue. That's okay. Alright, so the next color we're going to do, oh, it's really bad. Oh. Okay, so the next color we're going to do, kind of helps, is we're going to mix red. So this is the warmer purple. So it has a lot more red in it. See how warm and rosy? It's almost like a pink color. So for this color, it's going to be towards the bottom of these large wads of cloud. Get some more white in there. So you have to decide, like I decided this is a big cloud, and then this is going to be another big cloud behind here. This is a very large cloud here. Here. I like to use my finger to mix the colors a lot. So that same color, I'm I'm going to bring down into the water now. Alright, next color. This one. Next, I want to add a lot more white to this color and add some lighter clouds with this redder purple. Add some back to these. There's some back here. Alright, next we're going to move to the blue. So I'm going to make a light blue. Sorry, I'm having some lighting issues. Is that better? I'm going to burn my head. Putting my head into the glare. So next I'm going to mix the blue and the white. To make like a sky blue. Darn it, I used up all my white. So this light blue is going to go above the cloud here. So it should be darker than your sky. So, ooh, that's a little too dark. So I'm just kind of spreading around the color. Clouds, I don't know, they're just, it's good just to not think about it too much. So I'm going to go back into the water and add this light blue color. I'm going to add it in the middle areas and down at the bottom. Just a couple strokes. You still want to be able to see the black underneath, the darkness underneath. So this area of the water, it's got a light background with light highlights, and this area here has got a dark background with lighter, brighter highlights. See it? Need to fix my lighting issue with my head. Okay. Let us see. So the next blue we're gonna do is I'm gonna mix the blue with a little bit of yellow. If you mix too much of the yellow, it's gonna be green. We just want to make more of like a teal color. So if you're making a green, stop using the yellow, wipe off your brush, and get more blue. And it'll start looking like a teal. So I'm going to start off with like the darker, which means less white. It's like a teal or a turquoise, like so. And I'm going to start with the water this time, and it's mainly towards the bottom areas. I'm just going to do some strokes. And then I'm just going to do one little blob here in this middle, or you could add some more here. So my paint's all super wet, so it's blending with the other colors, which I like. So now I'm going to add more white and do some more strokes. Oops. Need more white. So now I'm going to do some more in the water. Take more white. Okay. So some wider strokes here. And maybe a couple more up here. All right. So I'm going to switch to a smaller brush. This is a small pointed. To do some more strokes at the bottom so they're smaller towards here. Actually, yeah, so I'm going to add some more like the dark purple, sorry, the blue purple, just kind of overlap. get some more of this warmer purple. Some black. Alright, next we're going to do the sun. So I'm still using the small pointed brush, and I'm just going to get a big goop of the white. And you pick where you want your sun to go, and I usually just do a dot, and then from there I do circular motions, larger and larger, until it's the size of circle that I want. So it's looking kind of bluish. I'd rather it look a little more yellow, so I'm going to get some more yellow here. And that's too yellow, so I'm going to get some more white. Ideally, you should wait for the paint to dry, because I'm basically making green. I'm going to wait a beat for that to dry a little. Maybe add some highlights here. The yellow. Next I'm going to do the sailboat. I'm going to get a large goop of... Actually, next I'm going to do some white highlights before you do that. So I'm going to get a large goop of the white. I'm using a smaller brush, and just this back area below the sun is where I want it to be like a little more, lighter. Maybe back this area. The area closest to the sky. And maybe get some straggling highlights here in this area of water. Oh, big stitch. Coming up. These clouds. Alright, now we're going to do the sailboat. So I'm going to get a big goop of the black. And it's just important that the sailboat is... I'm going to start off with a line that's horizontal to the horizon and the canvas. And then I'm going to do another line that's slightly longer. This is going to be the boat part of the sailboat. I'm not a sailor, so I don't know what the exact terms are. Sorry. The boat. Well, you can make it square, or I'm not. Just kind of like a trapezoid. Next, I'm going to do. So this is kind of a fancy looking. You could just do a line and 2 triangles. That's more like the elementary. But this one's kind of got like a curved. You can see my water is still wet. So just a line, and then this is kind of like a curved triangle. Just kind of fill it in. And then the other triangle has like a really big curve in it. And it's a little bit smaller. I guess the wind is blowing. I like how this line is not straight. Equal. Made it worse. Okay. So ideally I would have waited till the background was dry to do like highlights and the sun and the sailboat. Actually, I like how it mixes kind of with the wet paint, but sometimes you just gotta go with it. As in life, you have one thing in mind and then something else happens and it's not what you planned on, but you know, it looks good too. It's good too. Just gotta look on the bright side. Alright, so let me go back one more time. The sun. Just, never mind. Actually, I'm gonna do like this. Just gonna. Okay. Perfect! You can see it's not discolored anymore. Sometimes if I don't want to waste the paint on the plate, I'll just zoop it on the canvas, and so it doesn't waste so much of it. So let's see, I'm going to use some of that and do some more little highlights down here. Some of them are long, some of them. So I'm turning my side, so this is called a flat brush. One side is fat and one side is skinny, and also the top of it is skinny. So I'm just doing the top of it and to make the skinny lines, just holding it vertical and just doing the lines like so. Or you could use like a small pointy brush as well. Ah, it's a balloon! Let me just cover it up. Oh yeah. I like to use my finger a lot as a tool as well. There she blows. Alright. That is it, guys. Let's see if I can. Alright, guys, I hope you had a good time painting with me. My name is Melissa Mae, and this is Painting with Mae. And you guys have a good one. I'll catch you later.